Keep it up. Yeah, I'm just, it sucks that I cannot see what you guys are talking about at the moment. I wish I could. I'm going to have to watch it later. Sounds like you guys are having a lot of fun. And folks, we're going to have a lot of fun here, right? Right? You know, this isn't going to be a 17-minute GG. Surely. It's going to be longer. Whatever happens, right?
There's going to be battling.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
30 seconds to battle.
But let's talk about some of the positives of VPP's lineup, because they've got some of the heroes that they have had some fantastic games with in previous series this tournament, right?
Yes, that is very true, and they also do have some heroes that are good versus other ones in particular, right? Like the Clockwork, you know, if he can get on top of the support, sure, he can be okay. He can be pretty good in particular versus Shaker, but look at Clockwork. Looking at a Chen and a Furion, it's a lot of little creeps gonna be running around to interfere with that battery assault early on in particular. Other small things, I guess, like, I mean, it's small gains that they can have, but they have, like, you know, they have Culling Blade versus the Troll later on if he does have Battle Trance in some situations. And they don't have to really rely on cooldowns at all, so they can actually match Secret's aggression. That's the one thing I'm looking at, is like, this is just going to be a straight battle nonstop because nobody's really playing on cooldowns.
Oh, I see DM then just having a bit of a look at the courier, but Puppy well away. He's not going to let that one go. And if anything, he's going to start poking around with DM. As DM was trying to get in position, start playing some creep waves. So let's have a look at these lane setups. Then we obviously got Nisha down on the safe lane as the Prophet. In terms of already some movements, TP up to the top lane will be there from Save, ready to back up. Epileptic Kid playing, you know, this Void Spirit here that we have really seen in pretty much all positions. It is going to be this safe lane Void Spirit this game, so very intrigued to see what Epic Kid's going to be able to do on the hero in this position. As I feel like this is probably one of the positions that I think it has the biggest sort of question marks. I guess in theory it can work if you play it the same way as you play like a safe lane Ember, as this really sort of high mobility playmaking core.
I feel like they just had nobody else who could actually play in the lane versus a Batrider, but I don't think Void Spirit can either.
Can he? Yeah.
I think that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
that was their best option, I guess, that they could do for himself. But I don't feel like, I feel like he's just gonna get completely bullied. I think all their heroes just get completely bullied by Batrider, to be fair. He's gonna get gone on immediately. He has the skill point saved.
Yeah, but level 1 to simulate that, it doesn't feel... I mean, again, it feels good in the fact that you didn't die, but it doesn't feel great in the fact that it's not going to help you, like, secure the range creeps and stuff in his eyes. You know, you no longer have that resonant pulse nuke to guarantee you that CS from afar.
And I believe that was that the stick. I think Yapster just killed the courier coming out to Epi Kid, which had his magic wand / stick on it to get those, you know, charges from the sticky napalm that will be negated immediately. He knew it was coming. That's a heads up play. I think if you're playing, if you have a Batrider in your early lane and you see these, you know, these laners start without a magic stick, just go camp the courier. You know the courier is going to come bring it out ASAP. I think that's a super heads up play by him.
What about some of these other lanes? Mid lane matchup, you know, Matu against the Monkey King is... What are we going to see here?
Good for Troll. Monkey King has too hard of a time ever building up stacks, so Troll should be able to win that one pretty well. DM is going to get experience nicely down bottom just from creep cutting. I saw Puppy went boots first this game, so he could just penitence him and chase him around with it. So they'll at least get, I think bottom will at least get something out of it, but not like Nisha is ever going to, I don't think Nisha should ever be at risk of being dove or being chased out either.
No. No, he should be able to get some, you know, get himself a pretty decent start down here with this sort of play.
So DM will be farmed. That's the big thing, right? DM's gonna have a lot of gold built up on this axe because of these cutting, the creep cutting nonstop. Ein is trying to do something here. Oh, if only he'd rocketed right away, he could have actually broken Matu's out, but he didn't know.
Oh, we will manage to get a little bit of it with the balance strike. Top lane, Zai getting aggressive with the Firefly. Again, Epic Kid just being forced to use that to simulate to jump away.
Doing okay in last hits.
Keep control of this. Yeah, he's not doing bad.
He's doing okay.
Yeah. He had a bit of time where Zai obviously made that creep pull and TP back to base. So there was a wave or so that Epic Kid was able to touch without the interruption of the Batrider. Mid lane, Yapsop. He's looking for the Fisher setup. Is trying to run that trap. It's not actually going to trap it.
What?
Looked like it looked like he had him there, but there was actually space enough for FN to sneak around the edge of that Fisher.
Yapster's like, I can't fit through there. Why can't you fit through there? What the heck?
Dire's courier has been killed.
Sneaky as top. Sai will actually be able to find save this time here. A couple sticky stacks. Sai's got such a free game.
Right off the bat. I mean, it really was what the dream fifth pick back. And you just
Radiant's
said it to me
bottom tower is
yourself,
under
the fact
attack.
that you've got both this bat and shaker into so many ways.
Melee. Yeah, I actually forgot to mention that. I wrote that one to you and then didn't actually mention it.
That's one of the biggest, reasons why Secret's draft is kind of good against that PvP. Zai does die though. They bring FN over. The three of them are able to take Zai out. So this time Zai won't be able to TP back to the base. Meanwhile though, Secret, they also find DM. Matu's able to come in with a swift movement and take him down, getting a kill as that mid troll.
Wow, I actually didn't
turn to the lane.
I didn't really think about this. I actually thought it's what he had done. I thought he was just chasing the Axer and he divine favored the troll to him, and it was just unexpected from that completely, but it actually was just a Matu rotation. But that's something that they could do with Puppey very easily if the Axe ever does try to go for anything like that again. He'll have that divine favor rally and can just rapture people across the map.
Penance.
Well, there we go. Aina.
The seeds are forth.
See what I can do here. Oh no, fuck, I'm not the smartest. Is there a reason why Puppey has the Yoga Bruiser?
I was wondering the same.
Is that... I mean, it's different, right? You know, you get to set the trend. You know, who needs heroes? Who needs creeps with abilities when you can just walk around and look swag?
I mean, he doesn't have any... He has no other creeps to get. I guess that's it. That's pretty much all he could actually get around himself. Because I think the ice armor was dead, and he couldn't get that one either. Yeah, I mean, he just got whatever creep he could. Just some little extra damage.
Almost 6 minutes last game we got around 7 minutes in, there was a 3k difference. We're 6 minutes, and there isn't that sort of a difference at all. Down bottom, DM is able to clean up the treants. Probably having a bit of a poke on to Aina. Nisha stepping forward. Look at the body blocks with this treants, and may just be able to do it here if we can get them around the tree line, but already Aina's just hiding deep in the trees. They won't be able to hunt him down.
Almost 6 on Nisha too. That's always going to be one of those things you have to watch out for. The global potential, that extra little bit of damage. Every single lane has to just be wary of that ult coming out soon. And also the lane that you're in now, because you get that bonus damage as well from it. So he will start hit that much harder.
Zai is going to get gone on here. They've got the point in the Ancient Seal too, pulling him back with the Remnant, but Zai's doing his best to juke it out. It won't matter. They do manage to catch him. Epileptic Kid and save. With the skills to take Zai out of this lane for a second time now, where Zai has been killed off up here.
Yeah, they've actually recovered pretty nicely. They've identified that YapzOr is rotating away from the lane a lot, so they can actually punch back and hit Zai, because they have good levels up there. The Skyrath is almost level 4, Void Spear approaching level 7. Definitely have the potential to counteract him a bit as DM. They're going to try for this.
Yeah, he tries to TP out. They've got the fish yet.
Dire's middle tower is under
Make
attack.
him work for it a little bit. And there's only so much you can do down here against the three of them. So both off-laners falling. We're seeing both teams prioritize and making sure that neither DM or Zai does
Dire's
get
middle
as free of a
tower is
game
under
as,
attack.
as we said, both of these
Radiant
heroes could potentially have
structures
in
are
these
fortified.
scenarios.
Oof, that was a bit of a troublesome scenario there for VPP. FN actually realized he can't lane mid safely because of YapzOr's rotations. Matu just can set up for kills for him nonstop. He's just jungling now, and his tower is at 500 HP because of it.
No, that's not something you see every day when it's a troll mid, right? You know, sure, this hero is going to have, in terms of the tower damage, like sure, this hero can win matchups, but getting that much damage done to a tower this early on, you know something's gone terribly wrong for the Dire side here in the mid.
Yeah, looks like now they're. Looks like they were giving save the lane. He's a little bit scared for now. Epi Kid is gonna venture his way back over.
Coming in.
Thought maybe he gives the Skyrath a little bit of levels and he tries to look to go make some plays elsewhere, but looks like they're just gonna go back to Zai since Zai showed his face.
The Ancient Seal, it's an insane amount of magical burst from these two. And they're able to get these quick kills. So again, you know, this is a lot of money going towards Epi Kid. He's able to get his item build online pretty quick. He is doing as you would do as an Ember in this position, just getting the urn up. And you can expect, obviously, him to play him very, very mobile across the map and looking to try and make the other areas a little nicer for Virtus Prodigy. As elsewhere, there's certainly problems that are being had. Mid lane, Aina is able to stop the chase here with the cogs coming out, but Nisha, he TP's in, he sprouts him up.
Dire's
They
middle
get the kill
tower
nonetheless.
is
As
under
Aina
attack.
will fall and Matu with his TD looks to be able to finish off this
Dire's
mid tier
middle
1 tower
has fallen.
just before the 9-minute mark as a mid troll. Matu doing a considerable amount of damage, but the Aina with the jump on him. The side's there, but it's not enough damage in time. He's able to pop the ult, fishes out onto the two of them. Matu should still die here. as he falls low the life, so not enough to save him. They get the kill, and now DM with the wrap round. He's been able to grab Puppy with the Berserker's Claw. VPP, they'll get the 2 kills, both Puppy and Matsu to fall, as Virtus Prodigy respond to their tower going down.
Very nice aggressive play coming forward for them, just committing everything on Matu. Matu almost lives because that stick fairy fire, but Troll ult level 1, pretty weak. Can't actually lifesteal up and stick on targets. Yap's also only level 4. A good response. Them losing the tower is still painful, but at least they're able to punch back a little bit there. Who got the kills? DM ends up getting that secondary one. Okay. Definitely want to see DM get quite a lot of them early on so they can have easier setups with an early blink.
How's DM doing on the money? That's 600 into it. And she says is going to be rushing that top lane. Let me see if they can find further setup here. Epic Kid and Save ready to get on the move. This time, they've got FN ready to join the play. Zai is going to be kept away from the bounty room with the Remnant drop down. They will be able to at least secure that one for themselves.
Bounty.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
2 for 2. Damn. Secret has a lot of global potential now. Zai now has Boots of Travel finished, so they have the Furion, or Nature's Prophet, they have the Boots of Travel, and they have the Chen who can rapture people around. Now they're starting to get themselves going, looking for another play. Haste Rune as well in the Bat's bottle. The best rune.
He's ready to go. Straight on to DM. There's the lasso to start things off, dragging him back. Nature's Wrath connects. Yapso's got the extra lockdown.
Both ways.
And the last hit.
Keep that.
Of course.
Dire are scanning.
He wouldn't have it any other way, yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
As he himself, 800 towards it.
Sure
Top
does.
play.
We see they are looking for an aggressive play. Level 6 on the Skyrat too. They could definitely set up for a kill on Tanisha here.
Yep, they can get in and burst him. As long as they're able to pull him back with the Remnant into the Mystic Flare, they have it. The control's there now. Secret will try with a turnaround. TP's coming from Zion Matsu. They'll take save for the trade, but a trade that Virtus Prodigy will be happy with. The Epileptic Kid's game continuing to look good. He stays up top. He's going for that Yules, of course, next, so we'll have that
Dire's
defensive
top tower
mechanism. Also a way to mess with some of these heroes like the Troll in the fight. So, you know, all things said and done, this is one of the better stuff. Well, I think it is the best start we've seen from them in this series, right? This
Radiant's middle tower
sure, they're still
is under
1k
attack.
down, but they've got things going for themselves. And as the panel said, with this
Dire's
lineup,
top tower
they
is
are
under
in their
attack.
comfort zone. Virtus Prodigy have
Radiant's
a lot of
bottom
experience
tower is
playing
under attack.
on a lot of these heroes. This is a lineup that they do know how to close up further objectives with.
Dire's top tower
Absolutely, and it's
has
a
fallen.
fast-paced draft, so they can keep
Radiant's
bringing.
bottom
With this
tower
good start
is under
here that they
attack.
have, they can actually bring the action to Secret and actually look to fight them quite a lot. But that's where the part that we were
Radiant's
mentioning before
bottom
comes into
tower
play. It's
has
a quad
fallen.
melee draft versus a Bat Rider and an Earthshaker.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
Yep. FN is able to
Dire's
jump away. He's
top
also
tower
queued up
is
a
under
defusal this
attack.
game on that Monkey King instead of the Echo Saber.
Oh, mid lane. Shoot and a miss there from Ina.
Oh, they're actually going into Roche with
There's
this
no hook shot now.
Radiant's bottom tower
That
is under
could have been the
attack.
potential for the steal. Without it, I don't know if any of VP Prodigy's heroes going to be able to do anything about this. But the DD rune on Matu.
It's almost that. He had the Alpha Wolf as well, so he gets that extra damage. There's no way VPP could have known this was coming. This was just like,
Your
a
song
DD rune
has
outside the
fallen into the
picture,
ring.
Nature's Prophet and Alpha Wolf. Why not? Perfect movement by Secret. Good read. VPP unable to respond. They do get
Radiant's
a good
bottom
amount pushed
tower
out
is under
bottom.
attack.
DM also farm jungle. He's getting very close to the blink.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they're taking tier 2 to
Dire's structures
fortification
are
will come
fortified.
out. Ina's moving
Radiant
over.
are
10 seconds to a hook
scanning.
shot.
Sure,
They've got to
spotted.
slow down Secret somehow.
Epi Kid. Let's cut that wave. He's being spotted. He's getting surrounded by a lot of Secret members here.
He's got backup. Save is there with the silence. The Fissure from Yapso couldn't be any better. Hits onto the two of them. TP comes in from Nisha. He's able to travel to Kid for now. All his spells are cool. He's got no further escape.
Dire's turret
As
has
both
been
him
killed.
and Save Court, as well as saves Courier, as a bit of a bonus for Secret on top. Matu running in. He's actually going to find FN. FN tries to hit away, but the damage is already done. FN is trying to run. Matu's able to stay on the target. The roof's there. FN, he needs backup. He needs it now. TV's coming in from Ina. Ina does have a hook shot, but he's not using it. They've lost FN. Ina will himself live. I mean, he's not going to want to go in now. I was a little surprised. I felt with maybe a hook shot on a Cogs, he could have had an attempt at saving FN, but all in all, certainly feels like it's falling apart a bit. I mean, FN, for a start, dying in that position, he just saw what happened to save an Epi kid. I guess he just didn't expect Matu to come zooming into their half of the map like that as he walked nonchalantly up the stairs. But Matu was there, and he was waiting, and it's another hero dead on VPP. It's now 4K lead for Secret.
Such a fast way for things to accelerate, just a little bit too aggressive by Epi Kid and get punished heavily.
Yeah, they do get the call on him. So getting something, but they need these big kills. They're slipping behind yet again.
That was so costly for them.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna look to make an aggressive play. Matu has an Aegis though, so see if they can maybe
right
set up on him twice. But
TPs will come in if they go on him.
it's the blink ready on. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's risky right now.
Now Matu knows as long as he sticks by his tower, they're not going to make a play on him. Far too risky to go diving there.
It's getting, like, they still have ways to be able to fight. The thing I'm concerned about from VPP is, like, ever hitting another tower, right? Actually killing a building. They don't have good objective taking. They actually have to win a fight in order to be able to progress into taking any buildings with their draft. Like, nobody really hits those towers. Secret's all set up here. Everyone can keeping their farm up. Yep, so we're sitting behind Matu. Nisha finishing up that Orchid any second now, and we do see Puppy. He's using that Rapture, so he Raptures Zai into the mid lane to be able to set up and protect this tower.
Oh, there we go. They've got to do something with this. They've got the blink, they've got the diffusal on FN. Ina's got the smoke ready to go. This is Virtus Prodigy's time to try and get a jump on Secret. It's not going to be easy though. Secret pretty set up. Anything around this bit. DM is going to try and jump in with the call. Doesn't actually get them with the call, and now Zani just walks up. Lasso's FN. DM's going to try and run, but he's slowed by the axes. I mean, they're killing Puppy, but they're losing 3 heroes for it. It's definitely not worth, and you see a team make those sort of aggressive plays by these towers, you know that things are starting to break down internally for them. This is looking rough yet again
Epi Kid,
for Virtus Prodigy.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They will get Nisha. So it's something, but again, it's every single time that these trades just never feel great for Prodigy.
It looked like, I mean, honestly, that was Poppy baiting them. He put himself there and left his creep set right next to him because he was like, go on me, please, I want you to. He wanted them to do that, and it was perfect for them. He doesn't even use the Hand of God. I think he could have Hand of God and lived when he backed up, but I think he thought he was fine for a second. But yeah, Puppy just stood there with confidence. I think DM's call was a little bit off, but it was still such an over-aggressive play from VPP because I feel like they feel like they're forced to do this because they have to just take these fights in order to progress into any type of objective taking. Yeah. Secret's prepared. They know. And now I believe that's a full mech as well now for Puppy, who barely died in that last situation.
Fisher in. They do get the jump. They managed to get the call onto Matuma Man getting pulled forward. He's able to turn on towards Zina. Does still have the Aegis, you got to remember, so he's got that second life ready to go, and yet they've not been able to bring him down the once. Matu's going to be able to keep that Aegis intact. Jump up to the high ground. Epi Kid with the yours control, but the Nature's Wrath comes crashing through. Fisher's there with the Matu's
Look, they're unstoppable. Thanks for playing Dota 2.
He's just double kill. He's too big right now. He's got a full S and Y. They seem unable to deal with this troll. They do manage to get the pull over to him, but the backup's inbound for Matu. Nisha heading across with Puppy and Yapzor. Buyback comes out from Epi Kid, but he cannot dive into this. The rest of Secret will be able to safely back out as the 4 of them. So another team fight where Secret are coming out on top. Nisha just a quick silence onto Epi Kid, making sure there's nothing else other than the Ether Remnant to follow up. Also being rooted down there, Puppy playing with him. Chainstones come through. Ina still trying to force something. Does manage to close the gap onto Nisha. Nisha, he is ancient sealed. He's also trapped in the cogs. They managed to get the pop. They're trying to reach him, but Matu, he's ready to turn. They know with the buyback of Nisha, they can take this fight. FN goes for the TP out, but Yapso's able to jump in, cancel the TP with the aftershock. They pull back the 4 Void Spray. It's a dieback on Epileptic Kid and on Save for that matter.
Yeah, he just bots in on the creeps right behind their enemy lines and then able to find that Void Spirit. Oh man, VP Prodigy, I mean, they were trying to just straight up fight back, but we're really seeing that the 4 melee coming into play, right? Like you see them they just trickle into Secret one by one with all these melees, and Secret they just have amazing heroes versus these 4 melee, like a Fissure, even with the Troll, with the axes coming into play, and a Batrider. The fights are chaos.
Dire's
And they're up to the
structures
high
are
ground,
fortified.
pre-20 minutes. Secret having a bit of a poke, fortification will be there. Zai. And he's going to run down Ina, giving an old bit of the old Invis Rune and Firefly. He'll drop a sentry so he can see his killer before he falls.
He really wanted to kill him invisible. He had Sticky that whole time.
Killing
He
spree.
tries. He hits the sensor. He says, please take my life. But the sensor won't. Secret get the kill.
Dire are scanning.
My god. And somehow Puppy also just always being so farmed as a Chen. You know, he's just got Dominator mech and all his creeps following him around. This could be one of the
Bounty.
last 2 fights. Let's see how they can set up. Right now, Nisha's not over here, but he's got the teleport.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the fact Puppy, as you say, he's got more farm than DM's axe. And we said DM's axe, it could have potentially been the hero that had a good game with the way it was starting with the creep cutting. But his game, along with the rest of his teams, has been heavily hit by Secret.
Secret ready. They've had Gecko Slam ready again. And yeah, I believe also just his level 12.
Top, they get the kill. Anyway, jump on Matu from the trees. GM's able to find that setup. Matu was not prepared. See if they can turn this into anything more versus Pro Prodigy as they step down the mid, but Zai, not afraid to make the moves, jumps in, pulls back Epi Kid into the army of the ball. On the side, DM being controlled by Yap, so dropping the Echo Slam just to make sure that DM
Dominating performance.
initiation as they'll kill off DM. And with that, the rest of Virtus Pro Prodigy have to run, Nisha. See if we can get a sprout.
Warriors of the
Can't
wood.
quite close the gap. They will get everyone else out of the area.
Secret just parks themselves at that tower because they're like, okay, you killed Matumba, man, but look at your lanes. Top lanes pushing
Dire's
in, mid
top
lanes
tower
pushing,
is
or bottom
under
lanes
attack.
pushing in. I mean, it's a great kill for VPP to get, but Secret, they know that there's nothing for VPP to gain after that one if they just sit themselves on that hideout because they're just that much stronger still at this point.
Dire's top
Even without
tower is
Matumba,
under
man,
attack.
it's too scary for VPP to progress into that high ground versus all this Chen army and versus an Earthshaker.
Dire's top tower
Farm,
has
it's
fallen.
just not there for Virtus Pro Prodigy's cause. We saw obviously with the buyback from Epi Kid, his game was totally slowed down. He was having a good start before that, you know, great timing on the Yules and the Urn of Shadows. But this Desolator, it feels like he's had it queued up for an age right now. He's not been getting any closer to it because he just hasn't had the chance to. As you say, you know, the only real way of getting back into this is fighting. But the fights, they're not going great.
No,
They're
you
not
can't
able
win.
to
You
fight
can't win
these
the
fights
fights
cleanly.
No. I mean, there's such an insane amount of sustain that comes out just from Puppy, and then his aura if he's standing around. So it's like you almost feel like you're forced to go for Chen a lot of the times in the fights.
Maybe they could get Nisha. They do get the job.
Goes.
I mean, the combo, it works out. The old axe guy that will do the job. It's a big kill to find. Nisha's dead.
Can they turn it into anything now? That's the big thing.
Roshan's
Is
up
these
in
kills.
30 seconds, so they will have a 30-second window where Nisha's not up. But I guess this way run it. They can't do Roshan. Mid lane,
It's actually just jumping forward.
to the ground, dragging them back in. They do try to jump in with the core. It's not coming time. Still, Matu, he can turn, pops the ult. The cogs do break them off from DM.
Mega kill.
Yasuo's able to blink over.
No more.
Has the further control required to kill off the axe. Zai still chasing onwards towards Ina. Very little that
Radiant's
anybody on
top
Prodigy
tower
can
is under
do to
attack.
help their poor old clockwork. As Ina traps up in his own cell there, the cogs holding him back. It's 3 dead yet again on Virtus Pro Prodigy, and this should be some movement for Secret to go down mid. Take these tier
Dire's
3s
middle
out.
tower is under attack.
Start hitting onto the racks.
Radiant's top
Yeah,
tower
it
is
doesn't.
under
It
attack.
really just doesn't matter if they even lose like one of these heroes. There's just VPP can't force the issue into this Batrider plus
Dire's
Earthshaker
middle
every
tower
time.
has
top
fallen.
side.
And not only just the Earthshaker, but the Chen grabbing all those creeps on top of him is Zai. So that's not enough then.
Yeah, poke
Dire's
around with
middle
him.
barracks are under attack.
Cogs command will
Dire's
stop
middle
Zai from
barracks
chasing.
has fallen.
TP will come over as well from Epileptic Kid, but he's actually going to cancel it. Doesn't feel that they can go for anything. Secret sweeping back over to reconnect with the rest of them. And look there, and lo and behold, Roshan respawns. Secret can head into the pit. There's no Wukong's command. I mean, they do have a hook shot. They could try for some crazy play, but they're just not moving it over quick enough.
Can't fight that area.
They're going to be able to take this down before anybody on Prodigy even has a sniff of them doing Roshan.
Radiant Roshan has fallen to the
They're
Radiant.
probably honestly feeling like, how do we take any of these fights versus them? Because like even when they're getting the pickups, they're just not able to win with number advantage. Because Zai always gets the dream initiation right afterwards. Right now they're all staying near each other, probably just waiting for FN to have the BKB finished, and then that's going to be, hey, it's like, well, if we can't do anything with this, I don't know what we're supposed to do, because this might be the last straw for them in these next few moments.
Well, let's see. Let's see what they have got with this BKB. FN.
Oh, no. He's running up there already.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
They've got the call! They've got the call! DM's on the top! Man, this truck's out the poppy, they'll kill the Chen! But DM will die, and now FN with the remainder of his BKB is going to have to try and run away as Zai's hot on the chase. Holds him in place.
Radiant's
bottom
bottom
toss
tower
out
is
onto
under
Zai.
attack.
They are letting FN away. Cuts the trees down with
Double
the
kill.
sprout.
This isn't the
And that
end.
is FN dead. They got Puppy, but that is all. That is all. Cost them 3 heroes. The BKB reveal
Dire's
doesn't do
middle
anything
barracks are under
spectacular.
attack.
A secret, they head straight back down mid. They clean up
Dire's
another
middle
set of racks.
barracks
Up to the top lane. They've
Dire's
got all the
top tower
pushing
is
power
under
required
attack.
to look to close this one up.
Dire's structures are
Puppy showing no
fortified.
mercy today. You know, sometimes you see secrets, they're going into like some of these BO3s, BO5s. Puppy's like, you know, I'm not going to pick our Chen Shaker. They go into this third game, they pick Chen Shaker right off the bat. They've got their like, strongest heroes that they play. Get it.
The Mystic Flare taking down the watch. The Aegis is gone. 10 seconds and FN's back up. I know he's got the hook shot if he wants to go for this. Ancient Seal Ultimate Timber Man. They're bringing back for the Ether Ram. He didn't have any further burst. He's down to half HP. Iron's in with a hook
killing
shot.
spree.
He's been silenced. He can't get the cogs on. He's to buy back Tia. Jumps and gets the 2-man call. And left to keep trying to jump in with the Dissimulate. Brown strikes out FN. Puts the BKB. He's got the one hook on as well. Batten. He's put the
Radiant's
turns over towards
courier has
FN.
been killed.
Batten down. The old wall starts to come down. They get down. Time to to it. He's just
Double kill.
Double kill for Nisha. They'll move back towards the racks. They'll clean up the
Dire's
second
top
set
is
secret.
spawned.
As
Killing spree.
Giving bullied back to the base. DM managed to get him with the buyback.
They're unstoppable.
But Epileptic hitting. He's dead for 50. No buyback on the bullet spree. They'll flame break DM back outside the Fisher.
Dominating, I guess. Double Mega kill. Impossible kill.
Jesus, pop from Matu as he doesn't even die for the dive. And they're all dead on Virtus Prodigy.
Dire's middle
Secret
tower is under
closing up
attack.
the game.
Dire's middle tower has
These
fallen.
guys are good. They know what they're doing. Yeah, just
Dire's ancient
from
is under attack.
draft to play to everything that they've set up in these games has been just spectacular.